Okay, so this is video 2 in our beginner basics series, and in this video we're going to work a little bit deeper into the hamstrings, rotators, and glutes. First, let's review the bony landmarks that we're going to need to know. All right, so we have our sit bone, which is at the base of the pelvic floor on either side here. Here's your tailbone, your coccyx, and working all the way down through the spine towards the tailbone. And then here's your hip crest, all right? And then here's your leg bone, which seats right into the hip socket there. We're gonna be working from your sit bone down the back of the leg, getting into hamstrings. We're also gonna be getting up into the glute muscle that wraps over this hip crest, the hip bone, and working through the glute muscle, try to get down into the rotators. Rotators, again, are responsible for moving the leg in the hip socket, right? Here, and also out to the side, okay? So it's really important that we keep these little muscles really activated and strong, because they're responsible for holding the hip joint and keeping the hip joint supported, okay, with all the muscles. So that's important, and we're going to be working from the back here, okay? So those are our bony landmarks. Push bones back. And then I want you just to take a look at the muscle structure to see what that looks like so you can visualize, all right? So here you have your glute muscle. See this big muscle right here, the glutes, glute medius, minimus, and maximus. And then underneath, you have all of your rotators we're going to try to get to, okay? And so it wraps around, and then it comes down here on the IT band. And then you have your hamstring bundle right here, okay? Notice how the glute muscle kind of wraps over the hamstrings. So when we do our booty lifter routine, we're trying to lift the glute muscle up and try to get in and under into the top of your hamstring bundle, okay? And then notice also too how your glute muscle comes all the way up and attaches at the top of that hip crest that we just saw on bones. So we'll be working up into here. Very important to keep these areas supple and stretched, okay? So let's get started. You're gonna need your silver ball and your pearl ball. Okay, now I'm moving the camera back so we can see everything. So silver or pearl. Silver is going to give you a little bit more support, and it's a little bit more of like a grab to it. And pearl is going to be a little softer, but also give you a lot of detail. I'm going to start on silver. We're going to go right onto our right sit bone, and we're going to begin to connect. Okay, left leg's going to bend if you can, and right leg's going to extend toes to the ceiling. Now that's the first setup here. This is, if you need a little bit more support, you can put the other ball under your left glute, okay? So you have you're basically sitting on 2 balls, but you're gonna get more into the right side. So as we roll, okay, the first thing we have to do is really establish our core, and that takes a little bit of time. So, but the more that you do this work, your core is gonna get really strong, because sitting up on this ball takes some effort in the core, okay? So let's just find the sit bone. And you might not feel it right away, but eventually you'll start to get some opening, right? And you'll start to, your fascia and your connective tissues will start to give a little bit, and you'll start to be able to sink a little deeper. So just keep practicing, all right? So let's begin to breathe. We're aiming with the breath to the ball, and we're gonna inhale and take the breath in. And then as you exhale, you're gonna exhale right down into the ball. And begin to release the body. It takes a little bit for the body to release, so just give it a little time. Take another breath in, and exhale, drop into the ball as you exhale. Take one more breath. Breath in, and breath out. So as you begin, you can angle your body weight a little bit to that right side. And even if you have a ball under your left glute for support in the beginning here, you can still angle, okay? Angling into the right side, flexing your feet. Take another breath in, and exhale. Now really start to drop in and connect here. Just connect, really connect here with the ball And think about your body, right? So think about this alignment, body to ball to floor. Okay, so it's this downward pressure. All right, let's begin to move now. Bend your right knee, and the right heel is going to root down. And just begin to pull yourself forward. As you bend your knee, you're gonna pull yourself forward a little bit. And that ball's gonna come up into the glute muscle. All right, just pause a moment, feel, lean back a little. Lean back a little bit, feel that pressure into the glute muscle, and then come back down. Now come back right back to home base to your sit bone, and feel. You can start to bend forward a little bit to give yourself a little bit more. And then again, bend your knee and draw and bring the ball up into the glute muscle, and pause. And then go back down, go back to your sit bone. Now staying as close as you can to your tailbone will make it will be really good there. So keep staying close to your tailbone just for your alignment here. And then go back to your sit bone. And one more pass. Pull forward, lifting the booty up, and then go back to your sit bone. So that's kind of like the home base spot, okay? And just bend forward, just give yourself a little bit more of a stretch now as we're starting to warm up. Keep your knee bent as much as you need to. Start to spread the toes a little bit, and you can even take your hands and just kind of give your legs a little massage here and start to get some circulation in, okay? All right, so we're gonna move into the glutes first. So we're right here at the origin of your hamstring on that sit bone. Okay, we're getting all of those little connectors warmed up. Let's go into glute muscle now. So pull yourself forward and slide along your tailbone and pause right there, kind of at the center of your glute, okay? And then you're gonna tip yourself to the right, and the ball's gonna just roll towards your right hip, side of your hip, okay? So you're right there into the dead center of your glute. Let's start to do our little circles. Remember, we talked about this in the first video about doing those circles right there in the muscle, dead center in the muscle. Okay, we got a whole bundle going on here, and we're going to work right there in the center. We're going to pause in the center and just feel that, okay? And we're going to work with a rotation exercise here. This time now, leg is extended, flex your foot. Hands are behind for support, all right? And keep flexing your foot. Just drop in now. If you feel yourself holding up like that, right, that's normal, right? But let yourself sink in. Just start to trust here, sink in. Sometimes it can be a little bit gnarly in here, and it might even be too much intensity. If it is, switch out to your gold ball, okay? So gold ball gives you, it's less sensation, and it's a beginner ball, all right? All right, so flex your foot here. Take your leg up as high as you can. Take a big breath in and exhale, and just let the weight drop in. Just drop in, drop in, drop in. Good. Take another breath in. Inhale, lift the leg still higher and drop in. Now, it doesn't matter how high this leg is, right? It can be here, all right? Or if you need to take a break, just drop it down. Otherwise, leg high. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale, drop in. Now let's start to rotate. Internal, external rotation, all right? Rotating from your, up here, right? Now think about massaging in that hip socket and activating, waking up and working those rotators. So good for the stability of the hip here. Rotate, internal, external, one more. Internal, external. Now keep your leg externally rotated, those toes are to the side. Take your leg as high as you can. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, lower it down and go as slow as you can. Be the last one to the floor here, right? And then hold right off the floor. Don't let your leg down. Push your leg even straighter. Squeeze your glute muscle here. Squeeze and hold and release. Squeeze and hold and release. One more. Squeeze and hold. 3, 2, 1, and then lower the leg down. Just relax right there. Good. Nice. Okay. And now from here, let's scooch back to our sit bone and bow forward. So right there at the top of the hamstrings and stretch. Just relax here. Good. And then we're gonna sit up tall. All right, so that was our booty and our rotator. We're gonna go ahead and finish up with the hamstrings now and work a little deeper into the hamstrings. So we're gonna work, on the first video, we did the medial, we went straight down the back of the hamstring. It's just simple. Now we're gonna add and do a little lateral work, okay, and getting, kind of leaning out to the side of the leg. Start to get some definition between the different hamstrings, okay? Where there is space, right, there can be healing. So we're trying to get these muscles working independently. Left leg here can go out to the side, bend here, kind of like in a little runner stretch, if you can do that. If you can't, you can just leave your leg like this or even extend it out straight, okay? Use your hands for support. Otherwise, bend your leg. Slide back a little bit, drop off now off the sit bone, and now you're actually into those hamstrings, and you should feel a sensation shift. Take a breath in, sit tall, and as you exhale, begin to melt right into that ball. Let your knee bend as much as it needs to, and bend forward. Exhaling the air out as you come forward. And then inhale, take another big inhale, and then exhale, fold. Fold. Yeah, good. One more breath here. Inhale, sit tall. Right, when you sit up, straighten your leg, and exhale, and fold. All right, you can be straightening and bending that leg just to feel the sensation. All right, so now we're really connected to the top of the top third of the hamstring, right? So now we're gonna start to lean out to the side. We're gonna go from that middle hamstring out to the side. Take your hands over to the right and just slide your body left. And you'll be able to see that ball creeping towards you on that side. Now just imagine here coming from your medial hamstring, that center hamstring, out to the side of your leg lateral. Lean in, and maybe you can feel a little bit of, almost like a little, like an edge, right? Because we're kind of working into the side of the femur bone, and we're kind of lifting the muscles up, and just think about that nice stretch, the compression into the side of the IT band. We're working there. Take a breath in, and exhale. Good, so this is awesome if your hamstrings are really tight, just to start to open things up. Encourage the expansion. Take one more breath in and out. Exhale. Now just really drop in, melt, melt, melt. That foot's turned out. 2 and 1. And come back up to where you started. Right there at the top of the hamstring. Good. All right, now we're going to move down. We're going to do leg in thirds. This is your top third. We're going to move down to the 2/3 down to the middle of the back of the leg. So this leg over here can bend. You're going to sit tall, inhale, exhale, melt, really melt and connect, and then push back. Okay? So now the ball's midway, right? Good. Now this is not a science. This is not an exact anything, right? We're just learning our body as we go along, right? So you can actually, if this is too difficult here to sit up tall, you can prop a ball back here, right, for a little support as your core muscles are getting really strong. Just think about how strong your core muscles are going to get. This is like really good. It's big full body movement here. If that is still not good, you can have a seat and just work it like that, okay? Otherwise, hop up and prop up, take a breath in, exhale, melt, just melt, let it go, let it go. So this is kind of like effortless effort, right? So you're melting and you're letting go, but you're still staying activated in the upper body, but melting down into the ball, releasing, 2 and 1. Good, hands to the right. Let's take it to the side here, rotate. Now remember the rotator exercise we just did, we're rotating that leg here. Rotate the leg, rotate the leg. This leg can come out and just begin to lean, angle into that right side, right? And angle in, kind of pulling the hamstring and creating such a great stretch here for those hamstring muscles. Take a breath in. Exhale, melt. Lean, lean, lean into the right side. Keep rotating that leg. And one more breath. Inhale, exhale, and come back to center. Right back to your start. Think Tadasana here. It's the same from yoga principles, right? Crown to tailbone, sitting up tall, and then using that body weight to add pressure down into it. All right, final third. Here we go. We're gonna slide back. Everybody have a seat, release that left leg. And then pull the ball down into the bottom of the upper leg. Okay, you're not quite behind your knee, right? You still have space. We're getting right into the attachment there, where it comes in, where the hamstrings come in. And remember from the chart here, the hamstrings kind of come down like a wrap under around the knee. They kind of wrap down, right, around the knee, just looking over at my chart. And so we think about getting all of that, right? So you can move your ball out to your right and over into the left and just kind of work that whole back side, point, flex, point, flex. You can take your fingers, wrap the ball, take your thumbs and push down on the flesh on either side of the knee and just point, flex. Every time you flex your foot, your hamstrings are going to extend here. So that's working here. Okay, let's take a breath in, exhale, and just press. And when you find a really good spot, like we all know those spots like in our bodies that need work, you can hang out, or after, just pause the video and work and then jump back in, right? That's the nice thing about the videos, right? You can just work where you are and how you are, and then come back and continue. You can rub your legs out here, just getting circulation in. Again, I can't stress this enough, how important this is just to get your circulation. Take the heels of your hands, rub through the quads, prepping the leg, okay, for other leg routines. And then from here, just slide the ball behind the knee, point, flex, push down, lean forward, stretch. Think about flexing. This long stretch through the back of the knee. And come on, shake it out. Just feel the difference between the two legs, okay? Sit tall. Inhale, take your arms up, and really feel the sit bones protruding, possibly, maybe they're a little bit more on the right side even, especially more pronounced here. Feeling, folding, and point flex. Good. All right, and I always like to take a downward facing dog in between each exercise to stretch out. It's a master stretch. Also, you can feel the difference between the legs. Get to know you better, right? Get to know where you need to work a little bit more, where those spots in the body are that need some attention. Good. All right, so let's do the left side. Hop right on. Going on to the left sit bone. If you can't find the sit bone, you can always come into squat, reach back and just find it, feel the bone, and then just get right onto your ball. Now again, you can use purl here too, and if you want to switch out to feel the difference, you can do that, okay? All right, so left sit bone on the ball. Have a seat, sit tall, take a breath in, and exhale. The more you roll, right? The more you roll, the more comfortable you're gonna get on this ball, and you're gonna be able to really get right into these routines, all right? But in the beginning, you might have to sit for a little bit longer just to make the connection. So let's take a breath together here. Inhale, exhale, right down into that ball. Good, just start to release. Maybe even close your eyes. Take a breath in. Use the ball as a focal point and breath out. And just really relax. So the breathing starts to seamlessly bring the breath in through the nose, and then out through the nose or out through the mouth, whatever feels the best for you. Really sink down. One more breath in. And breath out, and just relax, sink, and melt right down into the ball. Just starting to make that connection. You can bounce up and down again, right? You can slide your hips to the left, slide your hips to the right, anything to get really connected, all right? Let your body weight go. The more that you let the body weight go, the more you can weight bear, the more stability that you will find here. You'll have more stability. Bend your left knee, and let's start to do booty lifter. Pull your body forward. Lift the booty right up. All right, and then come back down to your sit bone and then bow forward a little bit. And then again, pull forward, lift that booty up, off those hamstrings. And push back, and come forward. Do it twice more. Pull forward, pausing in that glute, feel the glute, lean back a little bit, get connected, and then come back to your forward fold. One more time. Notice how each side feels so different, right? Lean back into that glute, lifting the glute up. Okay, we're getting right up to that hip crest, and then come right back to your sit bone. And back forward. Take a breath in, breath out, really connect. 2 and 1, stretch. Okay, that's the booty. Let's get up into glutes and do the rotator routine. Find your sit bone, that's your home base. Stay really close to your tailbone. Pull forward, now lean to the left. Extend your left leg and rotate from the top of your leg. Toes are out to the side. Hands behind. Remember, you can use your other ball as a prop underneath you wherever you need it, okay? Lean into the left side. You do your little circles here to really find the center, the muscle body, right? Okay, make little circles. If you can come down your left elbow, all right, that's fine too, whatever feels good. And you might have a lot of sensation here, so you just adjust yourself to make it manageable, all right? So coming into this rotator routine, rotate that leg, external rotation, take a breath in and lift that bottom leg up. Inhale, exhale, sink. Now let's squeeze the glute here. Actually, let's bring the leg down. Let's bring the leg down all the way. Let's do some contraction in the glute to activate. So squeeze your left glute here. Squeeze and hold, 2 and 1, and then relax and sink. Just feel yourself really sink in there. Let's do it twice more. Inhale, squeeze, squeeze the left glute, and then relax, sink. Really let it sink. Imagine the ball sinking and getting right into onto bone there. You might even feel it. That muscle is tough to get through. Let's do it one more time. Squeeze that left glute and then relax. And drop in. All right, now let's do our rotator routine. Inhale, take that leg up, straight leg, start to internal, external rotation. And see if you can go fully. All right, looking for full range of motion. Rotate, rotate, open, and then back to center. And really go. External rotation, internal rotation. One more time. External rotation, look at that leg bone, and internal rotation. Try to go a little bit farther each time. Now go for full external rotation here. Full straight leg, inhale as high as you can, and then here's the work. Straighten your leg as you lower. Keep straightening your leg, lower as slow as you can. Slow as you can. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. I'm talking, but you're breathing, yes? Good. All right, and then hover that leg. Hold here, straighten, straighten, straighten. Squeeze your glute one more time and hold. Hold, hold, hold. 3, 2, 1, and then set the leg down. Relax, sink in. 2 and 1. Okay, back to your sit bone. Let's go down the hamstrings. Take a breath in. Exhale, melt, connect. All right, slide off your sit bone into the top third of your hamstring. This leg can be here, or if you can go to that runner's lunge, go for it. Take a big tall seat here. Inhale. Fill the torso, and then as you exhale, you're really gonna just be rooted down, connecting. Connect, connect, connect. And again, it takes some time to really get into this connection thing with the ball and the body and the breath. Just keep practicing. It gets so much better and so much more enjoyable, right? As you get stronger. It's a great workout and a great way to heal the body and prevent stuff happening in your body. Okay, let's take the hands to the left. Slide your hips over to the right. So the ball's gonna come, in the direction of your hands. Leaning into that side, start to rotate your left leg. Rotate that leg, and lean into the left. So now we're really getting off medial hamstring to lateral and just starting to make a little bit stretch space there. Take a breath in and exhale out. Right? Now listen, thinking about we're stretching and making space, so try not to contract too much here. Try to relax the quad. Lean in and just invite the body to open. Take one more breath in. Aim your breath to the ball. Exhale, melt. And come back to your center hamstring right there. Sitting tall. Okay, let's get out to the second third. Release that leg. Push or keep it bent, whatever works. Push back. And again, you have the other ball, you can stick it under your glute. Mine rolled away, but you can slide your ball under your glute back there if you need it. Straight leg, take a breath. Sit tall, exhale, melt, and connect. Now this leg can be relaxed here. You can bend your knee, or if you want, you can straighten it big time here. Just bend forward, breathe into the ball, and exhale, melt. Keep the connection, take your hands to the left, and slide the body right, okay? Body's gonna go this way, and your hands and your torso is coming this way. Ball's right there. Rotate your leg, getting onto the more lateral hamstring. Remember that the schematic we saw, the picture of our guy, he had his hamstrings coming down. You have to get into your lateral. Rotate, rotate. Yeah, you can even take your hands and rotate your leg bone and get more onto that lateral hamstring. Lean, bow, and breathe. One more breath in. Inhale and exhale. We're toning here, we're stretching. Good stuff. Back to center. Come on back up again. Center hamstring. Have a seat. Everybody have a seat. Release the right leg out and take your hand now and work the ball to the final third hamstring. And you're going to lean forward. Now remember, don't get behind your knee. You want to have a nice opening behind your knee because you want to get right in the connection. So the hamstring actually inserts right above the back of the knee. So get into that really fine place there. And you can take your hands and remove the flesh actually. And you can start again to bring some circulation to the leg. Point, flex, bow forward. You know, hamstrings are a problem for many of us. Whether you're working out a lot and you need to just relieve because you're in contraction or something, or they're overdeveloped, or you have maybe a little injury from them at the origin, you know, so we work there. If there's little injury tears, and also if you sit a lot, they can become very weak and they are not activated, and also they can become kind of like tangled up. So we work here, whatever the origin of the problem, this will help. So keep bowing forward, keep pressing forward and lifting the leg now. Take a breath in and exhale. Let's finish up here with right behind the knee. Move the flesh out, expose the back of the knee as much as you can. You can take the heels of your hands, just kind of rub them alongside the knee, and really begin to just get some circulation in that area. Take a breath in. Exhale, bow forward. Good. 2 and 1. And again, if you find a spot you want to hang for a while, pause the video, work there, and then move on. Shake it out. Good. Feeling the sit bones, maybe the hamstrings feel like you're more like sitting more onto the earth. Okay? Good. You've maybe created, we've most likely created a little less tension and stress in the legs. Downward facing dog stretches things out. You can walk your dog here. Okay, and you can stretch as much as you want there. Ending in Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Press the leg bones wide, sit up tall, take a breath in. And exhale, round and coil. Chin to chest. That's it. Have a beautiful day. That was our hamstring glute routine and our rotators. See you next time. Namaste.